Hey, welcome to the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast with me, Iona Meade, at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So welcome. It's Tuesday. I've got my orange t-shirt on because it's Health Freedom Tuesday. And so Health Freedom Tuesday means, in my world, in the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, it means health, balancing your health and your wealth as a spiritual entrepreneur, and having that, as I call it, Lightwork and Lifestyle balance. So do you? Are you balanced? Are you balanced in your health? And so this podcast, if you are new, and if you're not new, welcome back. So this podcast is basically me sharing my journaling process and inviting you to journal with me, inviting you to set intentions, inviting you to utilize the universal laws, including the low vibration, emitting the vibrational frequency that you wish to witness in the world, the vibration that you that is in alignment with you manifesting your big vision and your soul mission as a light worker and a spiritual entrepreneur. And that doesn't just include health. It doesn't just include contributing. My daughter's messaging me. It includes health. And when I talk about balancing your health and your wealth, what I want to talk about is your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health. So move this. Your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, your physical health, your social health, the health in your relationships, how healthy your business is, how healthy your environment is, how healthy your connection is, how healthy you have the connection to finances. Excuse me, all of the seven freedoms that we talk about every single day. And I believe that it's really worth, I often say that relationship freedom Friday is my favorite day, but health is like the most, the fundamental day, really, because if we don't have our health, we have kind of nothing. And so I want to pit stop every single Tuesday and encourage you to focus on your health and balance your health and well-being, and think about that in terms of wealth. Because when we think, would life be easy if we had loads and loads of money? Wealth can mean different things to many of us. Wealth includes money, but it also includes your health, right? And balancing that. And when you are, as a light worker, as a spiritual entrepreneur, and we're out there, we're trying to get our business online, maybe we're working one-on-one, maybe we're working in a soul-sucking day job as we build our businesses online, as we get our podcast up and running, as we get our YouTube channel, our courses, our retreats, our whatever it is that you want to build online. One of the reasons why I created the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast was to set the intention for myself to live an intentional life while I make my difference in the world, while I answer the call to my soul, and really pay attention to having healthy thoughts, have healthy feelings, again, mental health and emotional health. And we know, right, the statistics on our mental health and emotional health, and what happens as a result when we're not managing it for ourselves, walking our own talk, but also for the rest of the collective, for the rest of the world. And part of my movement and my message and my mission is to improve the mental health and well-being of our nation and our future generation. And that is something I know that I cannot do it alone. So I'd love for you to share out this YouTube podcast and subscribe to the YouTube channel and be with me every single Tuesday to focus on your own health. And then when you're healthy and you're all filled up, then we can actually do more of our light work out in the world as spiritual entrepreneurs, right? And as soul-guided influencers, I like to say, because the influence that we have comes from the space of us being as healthy as we can, right? Healthy emotionally, healthy mentally. I don't know about you, but when I am around people who are not able to manage their own mental health and emotional health, it has a massive, massive, massive impact. And and we'll dive into the episodes in just a second. One of the areas, that I've noticed that has impacted me personally is for the mental health and emotional health of others and myself. Obviously, it impacts our future generation. It impacts our children. Right. And that's not the legacy that I wanted to leave. And it's not the legacy that, I think that we all really want to leave. But it's hard. It's not easy. Right. And so behind closed doors, is I know that there's a lot of people that do suffer, way more people than we'll ever get to know. And I was talking about yesterday experiencing a loss when I was really young, like 19, experienced a loss to someone's mental health, right? And I didn't really even think of it. And to be fair, my mum has always worked in mental health. She isn't now, she's retired, but she worked in the psyche ward. She's worked in mental health. And I never even connected it until now, right in this moment. And that's one of the reasons why I don't script. I segment intend this YouTube podcast, but I don't script it. And I just think whatever needs to come out today will come out today. And I hadn't connected that dot. Like there'll be things in your life where you haven't necessarily connected the dot. And probably that's part of my mission. And you just subconsciously, right? Just, bearing the torch of what my mum had done. That's her legacy to me. Did not even connect those dots. I'm really happy that more dots and more soul guidance is coming in for me as I do this YouTube podcast. So I am on a mission, and the reason why I connected that today is because I was writing out my email and redoing emails and stuff. And if you know me, I'm not like an email. I have a learning dyslexia, so I'm not a fan of them. I'm not a fan of list building. I want a legacy build, and so my email has to matter. This email has been the longest email. I started it yesterday. I've just about finished it today. I'm just going to read through it. And I put about my students sharing my movement and getting clear on what my movement is, getting clear on sharing my movement more often and sharing it with my students who enroll. Because if you're going to enroll with me, we stand together. And I want to support you in your movement. And part of my work is to support you to align your movement, your message, and your money, right? And health matters. We're not going to be going out on this massive movement and this massive tangent if we are not taking care of our own mental health and emotional health. We're going to feel like it's overwhelming. And so, again, improving the health and well-being of our nation and our future generation. And that's been something in my mind's eye for years and years and years and years. And I remember getting the download for it. I remember getting the call for it when I was hosting my business before it was called Central Purpose, years and years and years ago. And I'm thinking, how am I going to do this? Like, when you have such a big vision and mission, I'm like, I had to break it down. And part of that I got was to bridge the gap from training school to what I called then vibrant practice building. And I'm like, how am I going to do that? The season that you're in. And I'm like, vibrant practice building. Okay, that's like, it feels vibrant as a practitioner, as a life coach then. And I was studying, I had loads of courses that I wanted to do. And I'm like, I have no idea hey, welcome. I had no idea how to get my business out there. And so I was like, I've got this call on my soul. I've got this idea. How am I going to do it? And so since then, I've learned Central Purpose has become this hub that I'm able to create at the Soul Legacy TV of us fulfilling our purpose and doing it in a way that feels vibrant. It's vibrational, setting the vibrational frequency. So I've never lost that, but I didn't know what it was. Like, if you ever got like your messages and your downloads and you're like, I don't even know how I'm going to do this. And so I figured it out over the years, many, 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 many years. I figured it out and I'm able to put that and align my movement, my message, and my money. And it feels amazing. So I started this YouTube podcast with the intention of sharing what's going on for me, but sharing like the format that you can use, being a practical podcast and it being a practical space for you to set your own intentions, set your own vision, and be in alignment with it. That's what really lights up my soul. And I didn't want to just sit and record my podcast and then put it out there. What I am doing is I'm streaming it out live, and I do it live every single day. And I do that for a reason. One of the things that I wanted to do for my own mental health and emotional health, and to feel healthy and to have that health and well-being and to align it, is to not just follow the norm, not just follow the things that didn't feel aligned with me, just fell out of alignment, that made me feel awful. I wanted to build my business in a way that felt like fun. And I wanted to speak to you raw and real. That's one of the things that I really is in alignment with my values, right? Intentional living is about living in alignment with your values. And so I'm just like, how can I do that? So I just start a conversation as I would start a conversation with you if you were across the table from me, or if I met you in the street, or if I met you in the restaurant, or I met you, you know what I mean? Like, it just, for me, that's the healthiest way to just be you, show up, speak out, and serve deep. So I read a book for today, and I will jump into more of the episode. And I do usually share the book. I share how we feel. I share how we visualize. I share our gratitude. I give you a challenge to bank 50K in 50 days at playing the soul income game, to raise your vibration so that you can balance that health and that wealth. When we're not managing our emotions in our body, there's disease that manifests. And then I'll pull the card for today. It's a card from Keepers of the Light, and I'm going to actually read this as well. So let me backtrack a little bit and just share, or do it flip side up, because I usually share the book at the end. And I've just listened to a book called Healthy as AF, right? And so welcome. And so don't know if you love books. I'm an author. I love books. I believe that books can transform lives. I want to support my students in becoming a #1 bestselling author. And if they've already got a book, relaunching that book so they can become a #1 bestselling author, or relaunching their book so it actually is around their business so that they can reach more people. And so I read this book today. It's called Healthy as AF. So it's Health Freedom Tuesday, right? So I will listen to a book or read a book that is relevant to this area of my life first, and then I will share it with you. And so, again, this is streaming out on the socials. It's streaming out on my YouTube channel, but it's also streaming out for my students in the Soul Legacy Academy. And this is like a fill-in experience for my students who are on my 2-hour monthly coaching call called the 7 Freedoms Frequency Call Engine. There's nothing worse than someone actually sharing with you, trying to coach you, trying to mentor you, trying to give you healing as a light worker, as a spiritual entrepreneur, and they do not walk their talk. It irks me. I'm like, nah, let's come together and let's actually tell it how it is. So the book that I was listening to today, and let me know if this resonates, and it applies to all of, or we can apply it to all of the 7 freedoms, all of the 7 areas. So on Monday, I talk about contribution freedom. Tuesday, it's health freedom. Wednesdays, it's emotional freedom. Thursdays, it's environmental freedom. Relationship freedom is Friday. Spiritual freedom is Saturday. And financial freedom is Sunday. That is what I call the intentional living codes, the Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency. And it's about raising our vibration as a collective. If I raise my vibration, welcome. If you raise your vibration, then ultimately we're impacting the planet vibrationally. That was the vision that I got all those years ago, but I didn't know how to do it. So this book was talking about, as a woman of a certain age, I'm 50, right? Of a certain age, my body is changing. On my vision board, I want to travel and I want to have a beach body while I travel. Might sound a bit shallow and a bit superficial, but I want to look after myself. And I plan to live to 100, like my grandmother lived to 101. Whether I do or not, doesn't matter. I'll die trying, right? But I want to really take care of my emotional health, my physical health, and my mental health along the way as I build my business, because many businesses fail, and many businesses that do not plan fail. And you are at the head of your business if you have a spiritual business. And so managing our own emotions, again, we can apply this example from this book to every single area of the 7 freedoms. So the book was Healthy as AF, and basically the author was talking about managing our emotions and scenarios of when we beat ourselves up, right? Do you do that? Like the negative self-talk, I call it a poverty consciousness versus a prosperity consciousness. That's my mission, to do that for myself first and then support you in moving from that lack. Everybody talks about mindset, but we don't actually know what that looks like. Like we can't see our mindset, right? So I just say it's the words that we speak, to ourselves and others. Words carry vibration, which we know. So raising our vibration is noticing the words that we're using, talking about others and talking about ourselves. And we're all guilty of going down the downward spiral a little bit. And what we don't realize or remember is when we're having all of this intention to go out there and make a difference to everyone. I want to make a difference in the world. I can help and heal everyone. I can do all of the most. Yeah, you can. And that's amazing. However, what are you saying to yourself regarding your own health and healing, right? And so, again, I work with light workers who do amazing healing work in the world, but we want to heal ourselves. So our clients, our soul clients, want to be helped and healed by somebody who is walking their talk, not just giving their own health lip service, right? And so then we're going to attract different kinds of clients as well that are ready. So this author was basically saying this scenario of what we might say to ourselves. So on my vision board, I'm on a healing journey. I want to be as healthy as I can. That includes sleep, nutrition, drinking enough water, exercise, managing my thought, all things, right? So you can have a vision, we know, but the universe isn't just going to mold our body into what we want it or mold our mind. We have to take that responsibility, right? And so the author has the scenarios of, say, a weight loss. For a lady, you might have that. For a guy, you might have that weight loss journey. And say you put on an outfit or something, and the outfit doesn't fit you. What do you say to yourself? Healthy thoughts, prosperity thoughts. Do you say, oh, I look fat in this, I can't believe it, I'm going to go on a cleanse, I'm going to go on fasting, and I look so blah, 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 beating yourself up, and then just eat junk? Or do you talk to yourself and go, actually, yeah, I've put on a little bit, that it's not really surprising because I've been doing this, but it's okay. I feel amazing. And actually, I'm going to step up my game. And this is the plan that but in the meantime, I'm going to go on the beach and feel a certain way, or I'm going to go on camera and feel a certain way, or I'm going to go to an event and feel a certain way, right? Or I'm going to go on a date and feel a certain way. Whatever that is, throughout the day, what do you say to yourself? And I wanted to bring that to myself. So basically, the author says that if you are someone who beats yourself up and goes down that spiral, you're not going to get the results that you want. It's not even going to manifest. Your vision isn't going to manifest, and you're not going to likely feel like taking the actions that you know you need to take in order to get you there. You're not even going to be in vibrational alignment to those ideas and that ease, grace, and flow. And so when I look back on my health over this last week, I set the intentions and I was like, I'm going to have my vitamins, which I have been probably half of the week, not all of the week. It takes a while to build those habits. And so, and drink more, which I have, but not like as much as it's gradual. And so I don't beat myself up. Instead of saying, well, you haven't done it every day, or you haven't drunk enough, or, you're not getting your sleep, or you're worrying, and all those things, it does not look after your health. Turning it around so we can journal on it. Like, what do you actually say to yourself? And I heard someone say, like, if you put a megaphone on your head and you actually let the world hear what it is that you're saying to yourself, like, they'd probably, put you somewhere where my mom used to work. Do you know what I mean? Like, so what are you saying to yourself in order to keep yourself healthy mentally and emotionally? So when I apply this to me and in terms of my goals, my mental health, my social health, my spiritual health, my physical health, I've dropped off my physical health. I've been walking because when I read it, I was like, well, what have you been doing, Iona? I've been walking, and I've had a change of environment, which is not an excuse because I've been here like a few weeks now. So it's like, okay, what are you going to do? I've worked out some of the time, not as much as I'd set the intention to. Just to be completely transparent, coming up for the holidays, have you been working out as much as you wanted to do? What are you eating? What are you fueling your body with? Energetically, vibration, we want to raise our vibration with the food, with the words that we're saying to ourselves, all those things. But we're not perfect, right? And so I'm here to just acknowledge that actually it's okay. It's okay. And part of what the author was saying in the book is like, when you do notice, I've got a match on Tinder. When you do notice what you're saying, I'm going to bring that in dating as well in a minute. When you do notice what you're saying to yourself, catching yourself and just saying, actually, I'm aware and I can journal this out and I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to make the most, because we only get one life, and spending a day or an hour beating yourself up is that setting that vibrational point for more, thinking more of those thoughts, right? Let me know where you're watching from. And let me know how your journey is for your health and your wealth. How are you doing? If nobody's asked you today, how are you feeling? Right? Because for me, I want to tap into, and I want to be completely transparent, it was where I'm at. And even though I've dropped off my health game, because when I go on it pretty hard. And I've been fasting and I've been doing, but what I haven't been doing is eating clean. And I wouldn't even say it a little bit, because normally I do, but my cycle was like this last week. So I know that there's changes in it. So I allow myself that. However, it's been more than my cycle. Let's keep it real, right? There hasn't been a big gap. But willpower is not my thing. As James Clear talks about in Atomic Habits, you just put the things in your environment and have your environment support you. Because I'm in a different environment, it's not as supportive. I don't buy all of those things normally. So my thing is potato chips, right? So I'm like in the kitchen eating these, and not one bag, not two bags, 3 and 4, and all, like, let's keep it real. But there's so little in the bag, right? There's so little in the bag. And I'm like, okay, switch that, because I get insulin resistance. My insulin doesn't, my mom's diabetic. So that's the health thing that kicks me before into that's not a habit that I want to continue with. And so I've been thinking about it, and like, what is the why? Why do I want to feel that way? What is my health goal? And I've got to have a big enough reason. So I'm tuning back into that. And your girl's doing good. I'm doing really good. I'm like, no. And it pops into my mind. I'm like, that's not really going to support us, is it? And actually, you've been doing that quite a lot lately. And it's like, and my mind will say, oh, just one. It's okay to just have one. But I know when I have one, that leads to 3. But when I'm listening to the book, I'm like, actually, I'm not beating myself up, and I'm not ashamed, and I'm not what have you. In the moment, I'm like, well, you really shouldn't, but you just do. Right. So I wanted to just share that as I dive into this episode, because that impacts how you feel. So again, how do you feel today? Right. Let me know who you are and where you're watching, because this, and if you're commenting somewhere that I can't see, apologies, because I'm streaming this all over the socials from my YouTube channel and literally all over the socials, and not all the comments come in on StreamYard. But I can see, I just got a phone call, and I'm hoping that person doesn't ring back. Hopefully you can see me. Let me know that you can see me and hear me. So when we're on the 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast as part of intentional living, I want to know how you feel. Rating our vibration, just checking in and seeing, okay, well, we're going to rate between a 1 and 11. I put this in my journal. This is my video journal. Every single day we journal, right? Do you journal every day? Hopefully you do. As a practice and a habit, there's benefits, mental benefits and health benefits to journaling. And so we rate our vibration between a 1 and 11. 1 is feeling in soul funk, and 11 is feeling in soul flow. And so today I want to say my health, I'm feeling at an 11. I'm feeling at an 11 because I'm acknowledging where I am. I don't feel, and I've done good for the last couple of days purely because I know I'm going to have to come on here and I've got to turn it around every single Tuesday. I'm like, oh, that accountability. I don't want to come in and say, this is part of me checking in. I don't want to come and say, like, I've done really rubbish all week. I really don't. Like, and it helps me and it pushes me forward. So thank you. And so, yeah, I feel an 11. So whatever your rating is, we rate every single day for the 7 Freedoms frequency. And by Sunday, we want to add up where we're vibing, where it's dipping, and what we need to do about it. I've started to do the things to turn that around. And not to disclose lots of information, but I'm in my niece's environment, and like we both had our cycle at the same time, too much information, but it matters. And she said, yeah, I feel normal today. This was yesterday. And I was like, yeah, I feel normal. It's normal. it's hormones are hormones. We can't really, we just do what we need to do as women. And I know men, I'm sure men get hormonal as well. I used to have my cycle and get that hormones. So how are you feeling? Okay. The next segment of the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, and again, welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. It's much better for me to talk to you, with you, and than at you. So let me know if you enjoy this episode. Let me know if you find it of value, and please share it out, share it out, share it out. So the next segment is a vision board. Have you done a vision board before? If you have, amazing. The way that I teach to do a vision board is in alignment with these intentional living codes, the seven freedoms. We break down your life, pull it apart, see what's going on for you, and we put it back together again. So it works in a harmonious cycle, and you can check in each day to see how you're doing on each area. So 4 times in the month, we check on your health. 4 times in the month, we check on your emotions, we check on your environment, we check on your relationships, we check on how you want to contribute in the world, we check on your spirituality and your finances. It's such a beautiful process. And I do it live on my YouTube channel annually. And so it's coming up December. December is like the end of the year where everybody's like, yeah, look back on this year. And it's like, oh, that didn't go according to plan. That I could do better next year. If you ever set New Year's in what are they called? Resolutions? I don't even set a New Year's resolution. Don't even know what it's called anymore. I don't do it. I set intentions every single day, because when we get to the January, when we get to by the end of by February, most people have dropped off. And so this journaling process is here. Once you set your vision board in December, second week of December, Monday to Sunday at 7:30 p.m. UK time, you can watch the replays now and then come and join me. And you'll see a playlist on my YouTube channel at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. There's links in the show notes. You'll see a playlist, and if you go follow all the way down to the playlist, you'll see you'll see replays, and then you'll see the next live challenge. I'm someone who schedules everything out, so you know where you are and when. Also, we know where we are and when. And so in that vision board, again, challenge, we have the health for every single area of our life. And if your life doesn't look like it, doesn't represent it now, what can you do in order for it to be as healthy as possible and have that wealth? And so I just said I got a match on Tinder. Part of my journey is talking about relationships, the relationship with myself, relationship with our clients, our soul family, but also the relationships with our significant others. Because for me, the last relationship that I had was really healthy, the healthiest relationship that I've had in my twin flame union, and it made me aware. And I'm not in twin flame union. I've been single by choice for 2 years, and I'm intentionally dating as intentionally as you can on the dating apps. Just saying. And health and physical health, and not even healthy. Like, you can look a certain way and not be healthy, right? But there's an expectation on the dating apps, like that image, your image and your self-image. I'm telling you, if you don't have a strong self-image, that can crush you online. And people are saying to me, oh, you're beautiful, you're this, you're that, you're stunning, you're so-and-so. And I'm like, what a lot of pressure. And I pull it down. I'm like, but you know what? It's the inside that counts. Yes, the outside, because I'm like, I want to be healthy and I want to have a beach body. But if that's the first thing that you say to someone when you're online, like, what's that say about you? Like, stunning pictures, who cares? Like, and especially, I said to someone, especially like when you're saying that and your pictures absolutely look like crap. Like, what on earth? Like, if you want that, you do it as well. And I had been in relationships where people have let themselves go, and I'm like, yeah, no, I want to be healthy to live to 100 like my mum's mum, and that's not the way to do it, right? So somebody said to me, oh, you're a MILF. And I remember the first time I heard that, my son's passed now, like 8 years ago, but when he was younger, he'd say that his friends were liked me, and I was like, what? That is ridiculous. Like, and they'd say, oh, a MILF. And I said, what is that? And then he told me. I was like, oh. And somebody said that to me today, and I was like, actually, I'm a GILF. So there we go. That's the legacy. So I just wanted to share that because it's important to me. And it's important that we have our own health for ourselves. and not have that pressure of, other people pressuring us to be and look and feel a certain way. The next segment in the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, and again, I'm just going to share what's important to me, whether that resonates with you or not, like it resonates with the time in your life. I'm sure it does, because my soul tribe want to have relationships that are healthy. Like, why would you not? And even if you're single, trust me, you've either been scarred from and traumatized by past relationships or relationships where people have raised us. Right. So it matters when we think, oh, it doesn't matter. Our self-worth, our mental health, and our well-being, and our emotional health, and our environmental health, it matters. It matters from where we came from, and those relationships and understanding what relationships are matters. And I feel like it needs to be talked about it more. So I'm on that mission, especially with my second YouTube channel on spiritual dating, Awakened Soulmates Marriage CV, because we need to be awake in our relationships and very intentional. It is impacting the health and well-being of our nation and our future generation. And I've been called to do something about it. I've like, want to create my own dating app, all the things. Like, all right. So the vision board is a way to see what's going on in every single area of your life. That's why I talk about it. It's not just business for me. It's not that I just want to put a false face on. I'm a business owner and I've got everything down. I do amazing. And no, I wanted to have that light work and lifestyle balance. And going through my spiritual awakening was partly through a twin flame union, partly through divorce, partly through a 7.5-year soulmate relationship that antagonized me. Not be rude to you, but it's true. Like, I'm like, what is this? That chalk and cheese kind of thing. I'm like, wow, it up-leveled me. And we're both different people now, which is amazing. But it matters. Along my journey, it has mattered to me. I want to talk about how we launch our day, lead our day, and leave our day in terms of our health. So the Seven Freedoms Frequency, we focus on contribution every day. Like, we focus on our emotions every day. We focus on our relationship every day, our environment every day, our spiritual health every day, and our financial health every day. So how healthy do you feel in all of those areas of your life? How mentally healthy do you feel? How emotional healthy do you feel? How is that impacting how you launch your day, how you get out of bed? And I've been getting out of bed a lot later than what I usually am. It was like after 9 o'clock. People say, your morning routine and you get up really early. And I have done for absolutely years. A sip of my decaf coffee that's cold now. Years and years and years. So I'm really surprising myself. But I just think I'm sleeping better. I'm getting up, I'm waking up and listening to something, which is really nice because it's cold in the UK. I'm in a t-shirt, but it's cold. I can't wait to be on the beach. I'm back out running and back out or walking. Maybe not running because of my knees, but like, I haven't got a problem with my knees. I don't want to cause a problem with my knees. I did a half marathon and that was my bucket list item and I'm good. But just being in a warm environment, I don't love the winter, not even gonna lie. So it's like hibernating a little bit more in the morning. But I've noticed that, but it's not like, a dread to get out of bed or I'm on it and I'm working and I'm, doing my project and stuff. And I've got a lot of screen time right now. So that rest and recuperation is massive, and like resting my brain and stuff is really good for me. So I'm welcoming it. That feels healthy for me. Launching my day a little bit late. I don't have an alarm going off anymore. I used to. I used to. And I'm like, I don't want to wake up to an alarm. I don't want to feel like I have to go somewhere. I want that freedom to start my day at 6 a.m. or 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. or just not start at all. Right? So how healthy is your day? And what are you saying to yourself regarding your body, regarding your environment, regarding, like, are you beating yourself up? And can you turn it around? I'd love to support you on that. The next segment for the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast and that spiritual business success is what I stand for, and that light work and lifestyle balance. As we balance our health and our wealth as spiritual entrepreneurs, we want to take those soul guided actions, right? Whatever's come up for you, you've listened this long, what's come up for you in terms of what you need to do in order to turn this around. And again, I will repurpose this as a podcast. I'm streaming it out live. I'm streaming it out for me. I'm streaming it out for you. I'm streaming it out for my students in the Soul Legacy Academy. Like, what action steps do you need to take? Like, what's important to you? What guidance are you getting? What signs are you getting? I know there are many of us behind closed doors meaning to do certain things and just not ever getting around to it. Here's where the rubber meets the road, right? Drink some more, get your sleep, like get your nutrition in. And I'm on point right now. And I'm not even going to say, look back on the last week. Did you do it every day? And what am I doing today? What are you doing today? So special. The next segment, I'm doing this by memory. The next segment is I talked about the book. I'm going to pull the card. I'm just going to mix it up. I'm going to pull the card for today. I'm going to finish with gratitude. I'm going to invite you to the soul income game. We're going to play the soul income game. Can you see that? I love that. Look at my nails. I'm growing my nails. Woo! My nails have never been long. Try to be healthy, giving my body what it needs, and that will get it in the potato chips. Can you see that? All right, I'll read it. Lady Nada, Heart Awakening. This is the card that I pulled for you and I pulled for me. It's from the Keepers of the Light. I'm sure you know it, and you might have your own decks. Welcome. It's Health Freedom Tuesday in my world, in our world. So you guys see the cards and then scroll and then stop. So you can have the card, right, for today. That's for all of us. It says, awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. Do you give and receive in balance? Heart awakening. So the heart for me, again with the dating and the giving and receiving in balance. And I'm going to look this up and read it. For me, Lady Nada, hang on, 62. For me, being in my twin flame union and being told that, being great and being really confident in my body and suggesting that I could be arrogant in my body. And then when you're on the dating apps, people are like, oh, you look this way, you look that way. They're judging you on your body. Like, I'm like, wow, it's big. It's big. So a heart awakening, who I open my heart to, will be very selective. It impacts our health and our well-being. So this card, it says, Lady Nada is said to be another incarnation of Mary Magdalene. But even if she is, the energies are slightly different. Lady Nada is a mighty spiritual priestess of love who once existed in the land of Atlantis. She is the light force and helps us awaken to our heart to divine love we deserve. That is what I'm talking about. See, healthy relationships, massive. The light keeper whose essence allows the light within our heart to expand, revealing true, real, naked, and vulnerable aspects of our soul. I love that. She brings an opportunity to experience divine love, whether through relationship, adventure, or experience. This is what I'm saying. Oh, yes. Manifesting. Just because it's Health Freedom Tuesday doesn't mean to say I ignore the other areas of my life on that particular day of the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast. Just so you know. Extended message. The cave of your heart is opening wide for you to experience divine love. Ooh, it's a bit scary. You have an opportunity to overcome some past pain, heartbreak, and letdowns. This is a wonderful time to cherish and love yourself, and then allow yourself to be cherished and loved by others. Oh, I'm so ready. Okay, I've lost my part. Hang on. If you feel love revealing itself clearly in your heart, have courage to move into a state of trust. That's exactly where I was dwelling today and last night. I won't reveal it until until Relationship Freedom Friday. I'll let you know how it goes. You are clearly in your heart. Have the courage to move into a state of trust. You are reminded that when true love is present, when divine love is present, there are no obstacles to overcome. Oh, big. It will be there, clear, pure, and real for you to experience. Your relationships are being brought into harmony on all levels of your life. Give and receive divine love with yourself and all those around you. That is huge. That's such a beautiful, beautiful card today. And I literally shuffled the cards. I'm like, okay, it's Health Freedom Tuesday. What is it that I need? And that is amazing. That is such a special card for today. And it resonates with me. Hopefully it resonates with you as well. All right. As I go on this journey, it's just such a divine and special journey. I absolutely love it. I feel really honored and blessed to share it with you and share my journal and share my personal experiences. You know, it's not easy to out yourself, but I call myself out. I call my students out. I am just that. I give myself tough love, but it is done with love, and I'm excited for the journey, and I'm excited to look back, you know, at these episodes as I share, and I, you know, hold myself accountable to live an intentional life. It's purely magical. All right, so we launched our day, lead our day, leave our day. We've done the book, we've done the card, we've done the vision board. We're going to move it into gratitude before I wrap up and do the soul income game. Okay, so the way that I say gratitude, and if you know anything about vision boards, about the law of attraction, about the law of vibration, really is what's underneath the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast. It's about being grateful and very intentional with where you're at right now. And so, as I believe in the universal laws and just being supportive and the universe, like just revealing what I need to know, and who I need to know and what experiences that I need to have to support me on my big vision and mission and that soul mission. I want to express gratitude. I want to acknowledge where I'm at, even when things do not look like even when chaos seems to be unfolding, and it isn't right now for me. Shedding that old vibration, it had been. So I want to express that gratitude every single day, right? So the way that I do gratitude, and you might do gratitude in your journal, there's proven studies on this. We know that, but if we're not consistent with it, it's like the universe is not going to be consistent with us. Simple as that. So I say I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate. That's just such a beautiful energy to come from every single day. For me, it works. And I might say that I'm happy and grateful and appreciate something in the past, just memories. I believe that life is making memories. I might say that I'm happy and grateful and appreciate something in the present moment, or something in what I call the predictive future, something on my vision board. And in order for your vision board to manifest, in order that or something better, in order for and before it manifests, we've got to feel that vibration, right? And so that's one of the reasons that I don't then put things on my vision board and beat myself up for not already being there, right? And so we want to feel that way already. So I'm happy and I'm grateful and appreciate. I'm going to bring all the seven freedoms in the contribution, health, emotion, environment, relationship, spirituality, and finances. So I'm happy and grateful and appreciate. I like to express gratitude for my light work and also my lifestyle. So I'm just going to drop into my lifestyle, and I'm going to say the contribution that I make to my soul daughter and my daughter. I'm really happy and grateful for that. I'm really happy and grateful for the relationship that we have, and that I've been able to be a role model that they're proud of, and that makes me feel quite emotional. But I'm really happy and grateful that I've had the awareness to do that, and they let me know every single day, or like most days. I'm happy. They might not vocalize it every single day, but often. I'm happy. I'm proud of them. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my health, like having everything that I need to support my health, having the knowledge about fasting, having the knowledge about what food I'm eating, even when I eat crap and junk, and just knowing that I'm intentionally doing that, not beating myself up and like, oh, this is enough. I am happy and grateful and appreciate that I'm aware when I'm emotionally eating, right? When my cycle's due and in between the cycle that has been this month, which is not usually me. So I'm not, and I know that it impacts my body, but I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my level of awareness to just be happy where I am. I'm proud of where I am. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate environment. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the online space, being able to communicate and have that love, and you know, find a person that matches just through my phone. That's technology. I'm really happy and grateful and appreciate my phone and being able to stream out on it, being able to do so many things. I've got so many apps. I love it. I'm so happy and grateful and appreciate my iPhone. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the relationships that I'm building, again, with a card, like, and the relationship that I'm building with my guides, the universe, angels, all the things. That's really special to me. So that brings in spirituality. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate finances, what's happened today or in the past. I'm happy and grateful for all of the co-authors that signed up for my co-author program and the boot camp. I'm loving that. So I'm really happy and grateful for that. So that's gratitude. What we are going to do is play the soul income game and then I will invite you to our free monthly networking call if you want to continue on this conversation. So this is where the Seven Freedoms frequency was born, why it was birthed, for journaling. I've journaled for like the last decade, and I've visualized for the last decade as well. And my mind wanted to say, well, if you've visualized and journaled, like, why are you not further on? That is what my mind just wanted to tell me. Well, I'm learning and I'm raising my own vibration, and you might feel like that as well. So welcome. So this is the Soul Legacy Journal. I'm the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy and the host of the Soul Legacy Movement. This is a movement for us to launch, lead it, and leave our soul legacy, and do it with ease, grace, and flow. And part of that is we're going to need the financial freedom. The Seven Freedoms frequency is contributing and receiving financial freedom. You might not be in alignment with it, right? You might not be in alignment with your message, your movement, and your money. And so this is the way that I set my students and set myself to be in alignment. So I call it the Soul Legacy Journal. And obviously we're at the Soul Legacy TV, kind of everything that has soul in it. And I call it 365 Days of Your Spiritual Awakening Story. I've been awakened through finances. I was homeless. I was bankrupt. Right now, I'm a spiritual digital nomad. I gave up my home, gave up everything, gave stuff away in order to pursue my dream. So it's a different kind of homeless, right? But in essence, you know, not having the finances to be able to choose to go all around the world instantly matters. And it requires us to be in vibrational alignment with really sharing our gifts out in the world. And this is the way that I do it. And this is the way that I teach my students to do it, along with tapping. And I'm going to pick up tapping as one of the next soul guided action steps to do. And so this Soul Legacy Journal is a magical journal. When we play the Soul Income game, I call it Bank 50K in 50 days. And on the Vision Board Challenge, again, I'll leave the links in the show notes and the description, is where that challenge starts. And so this journal gives you, it's a magical journal. Imagine it gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day to spend in vibrational money. That means that you have to actually think and feel in the way, even if you've got no business, if you've got no clients, you've not got as many clients as you want, you have to think and feel as if you were receiving soul client income, because when you're in alignment with it, the universe will present it to you, right, in ways. So we want to be in alignment with our financial freedom. And so there's rules to the soul income game. You tithe 10% to a worthy cause. Now, I've just got a match on Tinder. You never know, it could be the love of my life. Right, according to that card. So I tithe 10% to a worthy cause, and that worthy cause is Compassionate Friends. It's a charity for bereaved parents, because I am one. And you tithe to whatever is your worthy cause. A lot of people say, I don't want to give to charity because the money doesn't go. Like, create one then, whatever. Get involved with one. I tithe my time and energy as well. And so the next is not a rule. Well, yeah, let's go for rules. So the rule is that you can carry over the remaining of the 1,000 to the next day, in the next day, but no more than Sunday, Financial Freedom Sunday. You've got to spend it. So you snooze or you lose, right? And so you want to come from the space that all your bills are paid, all of your, and it's not about ignoring stuff either. All your bills are paid, all of your expenses are paid, all of your savings, you've got savings, and there's another one, I can't think of what it is. You save your taxes, like, oh, everything's done, right? So this is play money. If you've done the vision board challenge with me, you will have a vision where it needs money. So for me, this is what I'm going to do, is spend my vibe. I'm going to save it. I save mine till the Sunday. Now, in 1 week, I've met 2 people who are basically sailors. Sounds weird to say, who have yachts and want to sail around the world and want a companion to sail around the world. First date didn't actually go. I've not had a date with the second person. But the universe is saying, Iona, be in the position to say yes. Imagine, like, are you in the position to say yes to sailing around the world? Not right now, sailing around the world. And this one's got a longer time frame. And being in alignment with that and still doing your work in the world, because apparently there's something called Starlink, which is expensive. Apparently, I don't even know how much it is, where you can get internet from anywhere in the world. So, like, literally setting up your business. That's what I wanted to do. Anywhere I go to be able to set up my business. So, having the financial freedom means that you get to have more experiences. You get to change your environment. You get to live in the environment. You get to drive the car, go on date nights, go on holiday. Mine is holidays and experiences mostly, and bucket list items, because I'm quite a minimalist, and I'm even more of a minimalist not having all of my stuff around me. I've still got my Mac. It's a big fat Mac. I love it. I'm gonna end up having to leave it at one point, which will make me feel really sad, but I love having it. I really do. So what would you spend your vibrational money voucher on, basically? Like, if you've done the vision board, again, you will find, because some people say, well, I don't need anything. I don't, but like, what kind of life is that? And anyway, earn it and give it away. Give more than 10% away. Actually make a difference to somebody else. Like, other people can use your money. Like, hello. And if you're being in service and you are focusing on your health and your wealth, eating organically, eating well, costs money. Like, eating crap when you're poor, like, is the norm, right? So, like, spend your vibrational money voucher with me. I challenge you to take the 49 days of intentional living commitment with me every single day. I show up, I speak out, and I serve deep on the 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast. I go live because I want to walk my talk. I want to inspire my students to actually come out from behind closed doors and share their journey, and not give their mind the power to take them out, and normalize this ups and downs of manifesting. It's not like a straight manifestation, for me anyway, is not a straight line. And anyone that tells you that they never have any contrast when they're manifesting is lying. Contrast is a normal birthing thing. It really is. So that is it for the soul income game. I would love to support you in showing up, speaking out, and serving deep, and root for your success. I have a free monthly networking call, for spiritual entrepreneurs who have a movement, spiritual entrepreneurs that want to come together to co-create, connect, and collaborate. Someone actually sent me a link to a Starseeds business networking call, which I actually found just before I came back online, after I was while I was fostering 3 children under 5, and I'd gone on that call. I'd gone on that, and it was a really great networking call. And there's another one next year. I don't think they're actually got one for December. So I'm excited. I'm excited to put that back into my networking experience. So that is it. Again, links are in the show notes and in the description. I would love to see you on that call. I'd love to meet you and continue on this conversation. Again, subscribe to the YouTube channel at Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success. Please do share this out. Check out the show notes. Do the Vision Board Challenge. Come with me every single Tuesday to talk about your health and well-being, your wealth. Like, it matters. It matters to me to support my students in having that light work and lifestyle balance. So again, if you're in the Soul Legacy Academy, I do have the 2-hour monthly coaching call on the 7 Freedoms frequency. It's called the Call-In Gym, because, like, why would we not? So that is it. Share your gifts, shine your light, because you are born to serve. Here's to showing up, speaking out, and and serving deep. Be blessed in your soul purpose. Big love. Take care.